Oh yeah!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we have another video on the Ford Excursion Resurrection build. Last video we got the high pressure oil pump taken care of. Now today we're going to be taking a look at the oil cooler housing, and the reason we're taking a look at that is I wanted to replace all the gaskets and everything on the oil cooler since I'm already in there, but ran into a situation, you know, wanted to install, this is the updated turbo feed line, and as you can see here, this is like the inlet that goes into the oil cooler housing, and I'm gonna show you the one that's on the Excursion right now. This is the turbo oil supply line right here, but it looks a little different. This has like a STC fitting, and you can tell down here there's no 10 mil holding it in. And I looked everywhere for this style oil feed, and it's discontinued. What I went ahead and did is I bought a updated 6.0 housing, and I'll show you that now. This is the 04 and up oil cooler housing. I picked this up off of eBay for 200 bucks, pretty cheap. Even came with an oil cooler, but it's a Chinesium oil cooler, so it's junk anyways. So we're gonna see the condition of the oil cooler that's currently on the truck and gamble on which one we're gonna be using. Regardless, I wanna have all the seals replaced. This is the oil cooler housing seal kit. Start by getting the old oil cooler housing off and see if we can even throw on the updated oil cooler housing. Fingers crossed it works. As you can tell, the garage is a little packed right now since winter is upon us. I had to fit the old girl in the garage. We got some limited space working in here, but we're gonna make the best of it because I'm poor. So once you're at your oil cooler, and that means you have your whole intake assembly removed, the turbo housing, the turbo stand, the intake manifold, which I don't think you need to remove the intake manifold, but since I already did my high pressure oil pump, I already removed that as well. There are 10 mils surrounding the whole oil cooler housing. Go ahead and start cracking all of these. Make sure you put a bunch of paper towels, whatever you got right back here, because this is gonna have oil underneath and it going to make a mess whether you like it or not. Make sure you get a little pan for the oil, and I just went and grabbed a solo cup because we're gonna have to get all this oil out of here and put it in there. I'm gonna use like a pry bar and get this up. Alright, so that's not good. Once you have your oil cooler removed, go ahead and get all this oil out of here. We're gonna try to get down to the oil cooler screen down bottom. I think we had like the worst case scenario, and I'm super bummed. There is coolant in the oil. Probably the gasket failed on the bottom here. I'm going to show you what it looks like inside of there right now. This is what I pulled out of there. As you can see, that is 2% oil and then 98% coolant. If we come over here, you can see I cleaned out the best I could. This is the what's left of the oil filter screen. I don't even know where one of the parts is. It's probably sucked into the motor by now. But L in the chat. This is Very bad news. Anyways, I'm gonna just get this all cleaned up. Oil cooler area all cleaned up to the best of my abilities. We're here at the bench, and what was supposed to be just oil cooler housing replacement to the updated version with the gaskets and all that fun stuff turned out to be a catastrophe, and we found a sustainable amount of coolant mixed with the oil, and you know the bearings are just loving that. That's an L. We got to move past it, and there's nothing else I can do but just try to replace all the gaskets, use the better of the two oil coolers, reassemble everything, and then we could try flushing the coolant, flushing the oil, and crossing our dicks. Here's the oil cooler that came out. This is the new John that I bought. That is the part number for the updated turbo line. So essentially, the new one has a 10 mil screw that helps hold it in place, and the early 6.0s just had a fitting that went in there that is no longer made. We're going to start by stripping these two oil coolers down, and there's no point of me buying a new oil cooler anyways because the whole system is already contaminated, so I'm better off just picking one of the two and reassembling everything with new gaskets and flushing out the system, and then I can always come back in here and then replace the oil cooler once I know there's no contamination. This is the screen that I pulled out, what's left of it anyways. That's what it's supposed to look like. There's the part number for the screen. I think I went over my head on this one, boys. To remove the top portion of the oil cooler housing, I used a T45 and a T30, and I think we found our culprit, boys, on how we got the coolant mixed with the oil. As you can see, this right here is the main oil cooler housing gasket, and this one failed right here. This was not holding anything in. It's probably just dumping coolant right into the oil. Once you got the two 13 mils on the bottom side and the two 13 millimeter nuts as well on the top, we're gonna go ahead and get a socket that somewhat fits the size of this inlet, and we're gonna whack it down. But we can't whack it down like this. We need to have the oil cooler ready to drop out. So what I came up with is I have like a little L corner. I'm just gonna set it up like this. It kind of stays there by itself. I'm gonna throw the socket on there, hold it, and give it a whack. And that oil cooler should just fall right out. All right, it just came out. It just came flying out. It worked. You know, you get the piece on there. I gave it a whack with the old 4-pounder, and you know, I just kind of fell on the floor, so I got a little bit of oil to clean up, but it's out. This is what I have assembled so far. Now we're on the same step that we had with the one that was existing on the truck. Same thing. Gonna throw this bad boy on there like so and play a game of whack fuck. I'm gonna end up using the one that was already in the truck because just from getting out Chinese oil cooler out of the housing, you can see just from a few whacks this inlet is destroyed, as the one that's, you know, better quality still all intact, and I'm still gonna flush everything. So regardless, the situation sucks, but I'm gonna choose the better of the two. So I made this little template out of cardboard for the top of the oil cooler housing, and also the main 10 bolts that are wrapped around here as well, just so we don't lose track of anything. Quick little trace, nothing too fancy. I'm just gonna start giving this a quick clean, flip this over, and we're gonna get to the O-rings. All right, we're gonna start with the main housing itself, removing the gasket. Garbage. Next up, 2 O-rings here. Small O-ring here, located in the middle. Ooh, thing just flew out. Push this from the other side. It should pop right out. And there's also an O-ring around here as well. Once you remove these 2 O-rings, the one that's here and the one that's under this piece as well, it's located right there, go ahead and start matching up the new ones that you need. So out of this mess here, we know that we need the 2 bigger ones, the 2 smaller ones, and this big blue one here. I'm gonna clean this up real quick and throw these O-rings in here. So the smaller of the 2 O-rings goes on this piece here. And it's kind of just press fitted in there, so just line up. And that other O-ring. Now, these 2 are the same size, just left and right. And that's it for the top housing. Next up, let's get this piece worked on. This one is crusty. Alright, last of the O-rings is on the oil cooler itself. You got 4 total, 2 on each of these. Let's get them all. Alright, so there's 2 styles. The smaller O-ring was going to be on the top, and then the larger O-ring on the bottom. Just like that. The last thing we got to do is just install this O-ring here. And that's it. We're going to start to assemble everything. Alright, I'm going to start by just setting the housing on top of the oil cooler and try to press it down, and these 2 inlets should just go through those holes. We'll see how it goes. A little bit more pressure than I thought. We go jump on it. Sheesh. I finally was able to do it. All I had to do was I had to start these 2 13 mils first, And then once this was almost flush, I just pressed it and it popped right into place. Alright, now we're ready to throw on the top piece of the housing and also this, which is like the EGR inlet. Okay, once all the screws are in and they're just hand threaded a little bit, we're going to start snugging them down, but in like a clockwise pattern. Before I move on, I already got one of the sensors back in. I'm gonna throw in a oil pressure sensor. It's what was already failed. Yeah, this one is no bueno, so. Just threading it in there for now. Once we get it in the truck, I'll crank both of these. This surface here is nice and cleaned up and there's no like debris or anything. I'm gonna throw the new screen in now. Cool. We're gonna set the oil cooler housing here. All the bolts are just hand threaded in. I'm gonna start by just doing corner to corner first and snug all these boys up. We got the whole housing bolted up. Made sure there was no leakage. We just got the oil cooler housing all finished up. It's already pitch black outside, which is perfect timing. But yeah, it's another thing that's done in that Death Valley over there. Obviously it sucks. Regardless, we're most likely gonna go back in there to replace the oil cooler once again. The whole reason I updated this is because of the turbo feed line and it's discontinued, so might as well update the early 6.0 to the newer style oil cooler housing. And yeah, the job itself wasn't that crazy because I've already removed the turbo stand, intake manifold. All of that shenanigans is already out of there, so it was a pretty straightforward replacement. I hope you guys enjoyed. Wasn't a big success, but it's another thing done on the list. Hopefully there'll be more exciting for the next thing that we get done. But you know what time it is. Oil cooler housing right there with our wonderful list. We can go ahead and eliminate that for now because we're gonna get in there again. But hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like watching me work on my junk. But this is another episode of the Ford Excursion Resurrection Rebuild. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.